Fancy a life of treasure hunting? Cyrodiilic Collections needs you! Oh, hello there. Always a pleasure to see a new face. Welcome to Lilmoth, the festering jewel of Black Marsh. Argonian words, not mine. Doesn't strike me as all that festery, but I digress. How would you like to join an exciting expedition? Oh, the most worthy kind of expedition. A journey into the distant past. Not the literal past, I mean, that would be crazy. We're exploring one of the Argonians' ancient Murkmire pyramids to find a priceless relic, the Kajinjat crystal. To preserve it for future generations, of course. So much of the Argonians' unique history has been lost. With your help, we can pull this antiquity out of the mud and share it with the world. Discovery, adventure? What could be better? You've made a great choice in joining us, friend. The other members of our expedition have already gathered near the western gate. I'll be along shortly. I just need to check on a few things. This is exciting, right? Oh dear. Where are my manners? I apologize. My name is Famia Mercius, or Famia Speaks with Round Tongue to the locals. I'm Cyrodiilic Collections' chief antiquarian here in Murkmire. Cyrodiilic Collections is a fellowship of historians dedicated to recovering Argonian antiquities. But, unlike other treasure hunters, we don't sell relics for profit. We plan to build a museum here to share Murkmire's treasures with the world. Oh, just over 3 years at this point. I'll admit, it takes some getting used to, but once ow! Oh, sorry. Once you settle in, you'll never want to leave. Doing your research, huh? Excellent. The local Argonians call it Ishtaj Thitithil Met, literally the exact egg cracker. Evocative, right? We just call it the Ishtaj Zanmir. I have it on good authority that we'll find the Kajinjat crystal inside. Apparently, it was vital to some kind of ritual, but that could mean practically anything. According to my research, ancient Argonians performed rituals constantly, large and small. Even so, this crystal clearly deserves a place in our collection. Oh, most certainly. Jewelry, idols, who knows? We sell some of these more common items to private collectors. Not for a profit, mind you, just enough to keep the operation afloat. For the most part, no, they don't. The Argonians here in Murkmire, they don't see things the way we do. When we first arrived, I tried to include the locals in our work, to get their blessing, you know? Fine, I guess. The truth is, the Argonians just don't care about their history all that much. They live in the now. Past, future, those concepts are totally foreign to them. Once our museum is finished, though, I'm sure they'll take an interest. Well, I do know a little something about how to get along here in Murkmire. The first thing I'd suggest is making connections with the local tribes, the Wasik Halil in particular. Sorry, I slip into gel sometimes. The Argonian tongue, the locals say I'm a natural. Anyway, the Wasik Halil are also called the Bright Throats. They're quite friendly, artisans mostly, clever traders too, very good friends to have in a pinch. Most of the Murkmire tribes are cagey, but polite. There is one tribe I'd avoid, though. The Deadwater tribe, or the Nagakur. They're Nagas, a strange breed of Argonians with a very prickly disposition. They don't like outsiders. Not one bit.
You're the hero who defeated Sadal at Tormented Spire. My respect.
Good day, traveler. Is there something I can, help you with? Is it that obvious? Yes, I am. Well, no, not really. I've come to ask Sulakish, a former agent of the Shadow Scales, to help arbitrate a dispute. But speaking to an assassin, even a retired one, is a terrifying prospect, to say the least. If you don't mind, to introduce the issue, if nothing else. The dispute is between Nurhe and Pahisa, who both claim rights to a nearby salt rice farm. They've already both agreed to accept Sulakish's decision. Thank you, Miko. You've at least given me time to work up some nerve. And please, be mindful to show Sulakish only respect. It would be best not to invoke her anger given her past affiliations. Both defendants claim inheritance of a salt rice farm previously owned by the now-deceased Kimaru. Nurhe, a local trader, claims the farm as collateral for debts owed. Pahesa, egg-sister to the deceased, claims it by familial association. The Saxleal of Murkmire don't exactly have laws as understood by outsiders. Small disputes are handled by an arbiter of both parties' choosing. This could be anyone, though it tends to be the tribe's tree minder. I worked for Kimaru for several years. As a neutral third party with an interest in the farm's well-being, I volunteered to arbitrate. Unfortunately, all attempts at negotiation have failed so far. I worked for Kimaru and her alone. While Pahesa was present, she did little to help the farm. I barely even spoke to her before this dispute. I just want the farm to be in good hands. Simply put, the Shadow Scales are an order of assassins that have been present in Blackmarsh since time immemorial. Among the Saxleal, they are both feared and respected. Sulakish is of an advanced age, which is a rarity within her order. The Shadow Scales serve Blackmarsh in many ways. Their role in our society is much more nuanced than mere killers. They help keep the natural order of things, as it were. Sulakish has simply decided to take a more direct approach to that role. I don't believe so. Their order may be secretive about their practices, but I doubt many are so open about their judgments. However, Sulakish has now granted Lilmoth her wisdom many times. She will see the right path. In this, I have faith.
Do you like treasure? Come explore the swamp with Cyrodiilic collections.
Need someone who isn't afraid to get their hands dirty. That you?
You have seen my postings. Word of Zul Motas staked across Murkmire with dagger and nail. You come for the death hunts? I reveal the obvious. They are hunts for death, or rather deadly things. My tribe puts out the call for warriors to gather and pursue Zulmotas. That is my purpose here. Truth, Varro Hosidius keeps up on our needs as well. Come to either of us, and you may join those who seek out death. You are here now. Is death what you seek? Death comes in many forms. Monsters chief among them, no matter the number of legs. What you face depends on the needs of the Naga core. No matter what we ask of you, you will be tested. Part of Cyrodiilic collections, a warrior past his prime. Broker's jobs in Lilmoth now. He gets his cut for those he sends my way, regardless of whether they survive. Good. I reveal the Zulmota each day. You gather your warriors, do as I ask. If you survive, you will have the respect of the Naga core and the spoils. I say sincerely, what I offer will no doubt lead to your death, but the battle will be glorious. Will you accept a challenge from the Naga core tribe? Who will step forward for the Naga core?
Finish this.
There a copper or two?
No need to come any closer, stranger. I can hear you just fine from there. Ah, such a sweet sound. As they say, silence is the music of Sithis. You have my attention. Is this about Chukzu? I've heard him pacing for an hour or so and suspect he seeks my judgment on some matter. As I thought. Very well. I'll need evidence if I'm to properly judge. Speak with the two claimants, Nurhe and Paheza. Seek their truths, yes, but also their lies. Both will help my decision. It also wouldn't hurt to check the farm itself. The midge lingers. Do you seek anything else? Naturally. Speak. We are ones born under the shadow, trained as assassins and given over to the Dark Brotherhood. Those of us fortunate to live long lives, however, must learn to serve Sithis in other ways. So I have become a Kuvaste, an agent of needed change. Many think of death as an end. This is only partially correct. Death is also a beginning, a cycle turned again. The shadow scales see this more clearly than most. And so we are tasked with sharing our wisdom with others. Sometimes, quite suddenly. Disputes stem from a refusal to accept change. This creates stagnation. A stuttering tongue cannot be trusted to say what must be said. Sometimes, the words can be coaxed into being. Other times, it must be cut from the mouth. Right to the point. Tell me, how old do you think I am? My, what a charming little liar you make. I'm much older than that, of course. When my eyes began to fail me, I knew my role was fated to change. I now honor Sithis through my guidance, rather than my blade.
Hear the hiss speak its word to me. There's no end in sight. A heart that holds its hesitation, a fear that leads to stagnation. Something must now clear the way.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, found deep within the swamp.
Oh, Galish, such things you say.
Your voice is more beautiful than the croaking of a bosa saddle.
Oh, stop it. You're going to make me blush.
Together we would hatch many eggs so large and robust that all would be in awe.
Are you saying what I think you are?
Become my Uzith Biko, werewolf. The bonding ceremony awaits.
Of course. Oh, Galish, you've made me so happy.
Ah, fresh meat. More gold for Zadaza when you die.
I've got a lot to do here.
What do you want? That sniveling little slug. Chuksu is supposed to handle this himself. Well, what more do you want to know? The farm was my egg sister's, so it belongs to me now. A fair claim by anyone's standards, I would think. No. But why would she need to? Of course she would want me to have the farm. All I want is to sell the damn place and move on with my life. Look, it's all I have left. That and Kimaru's grave stake by the docks. Her memorial, of course. When a Saxhleel dies, their lives are honored with the carvings on their grave stakes. If you're so curious about who my sister is, why don't you go look for yourself?
Up two, duck toads, and watch your step. This pier is made from wicker and prayers.
Up to, Dock Toads. And watch your step. This pier is made from wicker and prayers. I have no time to chat. It is a busy day, and I need to make sure this shipment is off before the next tide. Take your business elsewhere. The Shadow Scale? I see. My claim on that farm is as watertight as my trading vessels. Kimaru, may she be at peace with the Hist, owed me several debts before she departed. That farm acts as collateral. It is as simple as that. We were business associates. I would buy her salt rice crop and sell it in far-off Senchal. The cats like to put moon sugar on it. When Kimaru fell on hard times, I offered a loan. Unfortunately, she died before it could be repaid. That skooma Adel Kuda couldn't tend a crop if her scales depended on it. She may be Kimaru's egg sister, but she cares nothing for that salt rice farm. It would be run into the muck before the next season. Of this, I have no doubt. As the Dryskins would say, an idiot. You have but to speak to Pahesa once to see the truth in my words. Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, found deep within the swamp.
It is the calm after the storm. We must pick up the pieces and continue, despite all the things we lost.
You are well-traveled, yes? Let us exchange pleasantries and word from the road. Greetings and salutations. I was curious to know if your travels are soon to lead you through Brightthroat lands. It is my home, you see, and I have just returned from Shadowfen. I have supplies meant for our bonding ritual preparations, but I must arrange for their transport. It would mean so much if you could tell my tree minder that I will be home soon. Most assuredly so. It is our most important ceremony of the year. The whole village will be bubbling with activity to ensure it goes smoothly. Knowing that I will return soon with supplies would be one less burden on the tree minder's mind. Many grateful thanks to you. You need only tell Tree Minder Pavu that Sidasi will be home in a day or so with supplies. May the mud remain firm under your feet. Well, every tribe has some ritual to celebrate a fruitful union. I am told even men and Mur have such things, but we Brightthroats are unique in that we seek to pair those of our tribe with those of other tribes. It builds trust. I do not know exactly what you mean, but we do this to improve relations with our neighbors. We are better able to settle disputes, freely travel, and trade, because we are all egg brothers and egg sisters. Treeminder Pavu oversees everything, or rather, she interprets the Hist's will so that we can carry it out. Our Hist has taught us this way of life, and we have prospered for it. I am grateful to count myself a Brightthroat.
I was told this was a tour of the wondrous mysteries of Murkmire, not a trek through some desolate swamp.
We are touring Black Marsh, my lady. Black Marsh. How could you not expect such things? I knew this was a bad idea the moment I laid eyes on this dry skin. Why would she even come to Murkmire if she expects such things? My lady over here offered to pay me to guide her through Murkmire. I've done my best to accommodate her, of course. Her bedroll has clean linens, our food is freshly prepared. Yet she spits in the face of my hospitality with her demands. She complains about the insects, about the mud, about the heat. This is a swamp. The dry skin even demanded she ride in a carriage. A carriage? Through a swamp? I have never heard of such ridiculousness in my life.
I simply cannot believe this lizard swindled me like this. I was promised a wondrous tour. Wondrous! And so far, all I've gotten is bugs in my hair and my shoes drenched in swamp water. How was I... What do you mean, how was I swindled? I already told you. I'm expected to pay for bug-filled linens and treks through the swamp. I was told I would be exposed to the beauty and mysteries of Murkmire, and that was not delivered. Well, no, but it's common sense that I should be offered these things. Why, they laughed in my face when I asked for a carriage. I'm not satisfied, and I'm not paying, and that's that. What? You really think she would do that? Oh, what am I saying? Of course she would. She's a lizard, after all. Oh, very well. I'll pay.
Many thanks for your help.
It devours me, and the gold is yours.
Very well, my lady. I'll get you back to Lilmoth after you've paid me half of what you promised. Many thanks for your help, Pico. I thought I'd never get her to change her mind.
By the hist, whatever will I do? Pardon me, traveler, but have you a moment? I was recently attacked by a flock of hackwings and lost a possession of grave importance as I fled. If you would but help me retrieve it, I would reward you most greatly. A plain wooden box the length of my forearm. Last I saw, it was nestled in the beak of one of the hackwings that attacked me. I believe it may have brought the box back to its nest, just northwest of this dock. I'd not ask this of you if it wasn't a matter of grave importance. The box contains a memento from my village that I simply cannot lose. Will you help? Many thanks, traveler. You have calmed this elder's heart. I shall await here for your return, of course. And take caution. Hackwings are dangerous creatures, and quick to strike. As I said, it contains a memento from my village. I haven't been able to return, you see. It's my only remaining connection. Because there's nothing to return to, I'm afraid. Imperial raiders attacked my tribe. They slaughtered many and burned down our hist tree. I've been a wanderer ever since. It was a long time ago, traveler. Still, that memento is all that I have left. I'd be most grateful if you could help me retrieve it.
Search with your toes, Stibbins. Your toes. I remember you. As I recall, you were somewhat helpful the last time my manservant got into a spot of trouble. I won't turn away good fortune. You know how useless Stibbins can be when it comes to recovering historic artifacts. An antique Argonian renewal charm. Without one, they'll never let me observe the ritual of renewal, and that's the whole reason I came to this backwater in the first place. Now, if only Stibbins would stop playing in the mud and find the damn thing. I'll have you know, I paid a lot for that information. But Stibbins is exceedingly slow and requires constant supervision. Why, I can't even spare a moment to look for the hand mirror he lost. Would you mind ever so much finding it for me, please? That hand mirror is a family heirloom. I can't bear the thought of never seeing it again. In the meantime, I need to keep prodding my manservant. If I give Stibbins even a moment's reprieve, he'll find a way to laze about. He's ever so good at that. He'd have me believe he's doing his job, but I suspect he's using the opportunity to daydream and dawdle. Stibbins probably determined that the charm wasn't down there fairly quickly. Then he decided to relax with a soak in the mud. I believe it has something to do with Argonian mating habits, but I'm not quite sure. Hence my desire to observe the annual ritual. I have a keen interest in the romantic tendencies of different cultures. Purely on an academic level, you understand. Oh, I've been researching the mating habits of the indigenous races. Fascinating stuff. I plan to write a book. A reference to an Argonian ritual of renewal I came across intrigued me, but the details were vague. So we traveled here to investigate. Why, whatever do you mean? I'm quite sure that if anything untoward happened to my manservant, I'd be the first to know. Besides, Stibbins may seem frail and sluggish, but I have no idea where I was going with that line of reasoning.
I heard Milady ask you to recover her favorite hand mirror. I'll have you know, I only dropped it because that wild beast frightened the hair right off my head. It's a monster. Be ever so careful or it will tear you to ribbons.
Typical. Stibbins got himself into the mud without any help, but now he can't seem to extract himself. Oh, be a dear and see if you could get him unstuck.
Much thanks. That wasn't as pleasant as you might expect.
A less famous treasure hunter might think the Argonians wanted to foil her efforts to locate a renewal charm. But Lady Laurent is not so easily deterred. We are going to find one of those charms, even if Stibbins has to search the entire swamp. It's used in the mysterious ritual of renewal that one particular tribe of Argonians conducts on an annual basis, carved from the living root of their history, or so I've been led to believe. They won't let an outsider attend the rite without one. That's hard to say. Mostly because no one will give me a definitive answer. As far as I can tell, it's somehow connected to the tribe's breeding practices. The closest I got was when Many Whispers offered to point me towards a charm. For a price. Gold. An obscene amount, truth be told. Look, Stippins is reliable, but he has his failings. So many, many failings. Will you accompany him to Many Whispers in the Swallowed Grove? Help him confront the lying Argonian and get me one of those charms? After you and Stippins confront Many Whispers, meet me at the Lodge of Renewal. It's north of the Brightthroat village, out in the middle of nowhere. Come to think of it, everything out here is in the middle of nowhere. But I'm sure you'll find it. He's an Argonian, a scout of some kind. Knows the swamp like a bear knows honey. Many Whispers was willing to talk to me when so many of his fellows wouldn't give me the time of day. I'm not sure Argonians can tell time, but you get my point. I gave him a small fortune in gold. He may have sent us here in good faith, or he may have tried to cheat me. I will not be fleeced. Besides, as far as I can tell, he is the best scout in the area. If there's a charm to be had, he'll know about it.
I'm glad you agreed to accompany me. I had a bad feeling about Many Whispers from the first moment we met. Trust isn't something that comes naturally to well-trained manservants. As far as Many Whispers is concerned, he's taken an aggressive interest in visitors investigating objects of historical significance. It is when one of those interested parties happens to be Milady Clarisse Laurence. But you'll see what I mean when we get to the Swallowed Grove. Just head north and I'll meet you there.
I see you have returned empty-handed. Were you unable to find the box I seek? This pendant belongs to the Root House people. It seems their hunting party arrived before you could. Perhaps they took the box with them. Their campsite is just a ways north of here, if you don't mind helping me further. Be cautious. Though the Root House people may not be hostile, their greed runs deeper than the Hist's roots. While my box holds nothing of value, they'll likely use your interest to their advantage. Oh, yes, of course. It's a large branch, burnt and withered. It belonged to my village's history, you see. When your task is complete, meet me in the Brightthroat village. It pains me to ask so much from you, but please know that the branch you seek holds great importance to me. I don't know what I would do if it was lost. Yes, I always have. When my village's history was burned, I was able to pry a single branch loose. I've magically preserved it for many years. It is my only remaining connection to my village, and to the members of my tribe. A tribe's connection to its hist is sacred. One cannot exist without the other. So I felt as long as I had this branch with me, my tribe could never truly be gone. A silly thought, perhaps, but one that has kept me going. In the past, I couldn't bear to call anywhere home, and so I only wandered. But now I have finally found my way back to Murkmire. Today I shall be welcomed to the Brightthroat village, and become a member of their tribe.
So, Famia reels in another adventure, eh? This one admits you seem stronger than most. Zadaza gives you 2 in 3 chance of surviving. Fair odds, yes? Ha! Only for wide-footed bumblers. Unfortunately, Famia has a weak eye for talent, and Murkmire is full of clumsy risk-takers. But don't worry, Walker. This one has been on 5 expeditions with Famia, and only seen people eaten by salamanders twice. Only this. When we find treasure, take no more than you can carry comfortably. A heavy purse will make you slow, and being slow will make you dead. Oh, and if you see Zadaza running, you should run too, in the same direction. Simple. Any other questions for Zadaza? Or do you simply wish to get to the running, dodging, and screaming? Ask away, Walker. Our leader, Famia, knows more about the ruins than Zadaza, but Zadaza knows more about not getting eaten by crocodiles. This one will let you decide which is more important. Famia is very smart. Not clever, though. Zadaza risks losing her tail because she is bold, and beautiful, and greedy. But Famia risks all because she loves the lizard folk. Do not ask this one to explain why. It makes no sense to Zadaza. Ha, Rajin's shadow. How much time do we have? Sink sand, poison darts, blades of all sizes. Oh, and falling rocks. And also poison gas. This one is probably forgetting a few things. Just assume that everything in the Zanmir wants you dead. That depends on what you value, yes? Famia looks for this Kajinjat crystal. Zadaza looks for things that are light and numerous. Baubles and ancient coins, you see? Some look for heavy golden idols. They tend to wind up squished or in pieces. Confidence, initiative, excellent. These are wonderful traits that will almost certainly get you killed. Do not worry. Zadaza will ensure that your legend lives on by scooping up your bloody gear and selling it. Ah, Famia arrives.
I'm coming. I'm coming straight away. Just give me a moment. So, you found our fellow travelers. Excellent. Whew, I think we're almost ready to depart. There is one thing I need your help with before we begin our adventure in earnest, though. The ancient Argonians locked the Zonmir up tight, and not just with metal locks. They infused the stone with sun magic. I won't pretend to understand how it works, but I do know that without a potent magical focus, the door won't budge. Oh, I'm glad you asked. There are flecks of yellow glass scattered all over Murkmire. We call them Baka stones, and each one contains a bit of ancient magicka. Put enough of them together, and you can activate all sorts of things. Things like doors. Out in the marsh, I'm afraid. I sent a few of my best people to gather the stones for me, and agreed to meet them later. With your help, it shouldn't take long. Can I count on you to accompany me? Follow me. If we get separated, I'll find you at the next stop, all right?
My hatchling lives because of you. I tell all I see, so your legend will grow in the Hist.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, found deep within the swamp.
These feelings of despair that I cannot forget.
I'm rather busy right now.
Shunate, why do you last? Why do I cling?
I can't be the only one confused right now. This is supposed to be music? What in Trinimac's name?
Despair over lost ones, those I must avenge. Hatred and sadness, a thirst for revenge. They blind me from reaching the path ahead. And so
Do not be a limp fish. You did right coming to me. I sense there are more coils to this snake than a mere property dispute.
Thank you for all your help. I now see my fears were overblown. Sulakish has been nothing but pleasant.
Welcome back. Your footfalls have a very peculiar quality, did you know? You bear much weight on your shoulders, I sense. No doubt you have spoken to the claimants. Tell me, what have you learned? Ah, and from what Chuksu has told me, she also plans to sell the farm, most likely to pay off the debts she undoubtedly has with such a habit. What of Nurhe? And so it all comes together. Paheza steals from her egg sister to pay off her debt to Nurhe. The salt rice farm suffers as a result. Nurhe uses this to his advantage and forces Kimaru into debt as well. The answer is now clear. The two parties must meet. Acquire oil from both a mature bog willow and a perfumed snapper. You must keep these oils separate, of course. Give the bark oil to Nurhe, and the snapper oil to Paheza. It is a shadow scale custom. The oils help separate those who cling from that which they cling to. In this case, a dispute which has lasted far too long. Have patience. Soon all will be clear. Have both Nurhe and Paheza rub the oil into their scales and tell them to meet at the town's entrance. There, the matter will finally be put to rest. In Murkmire, the decision of a shadow scale is absolute. Chukzu may have sun-blessed intentions, but one cannot merely ask an eel to fly. It must be pierced by an arrow and shot upwards. This you shall see.
Ashraf's bag. Was he chased off by one of these salamanders? Keep an eye out. I won't lie. The swamp's a dangerous place. I've grown to love it, but it can still be terrifying. Dynia? Dynia! That's troubling. Ashraf is new, but Dynia's been at this for years. She never misses a handoff. Let's look around. That's Dynia's sword. Oh, she loves that sword. Oh dear, oh dear. This is troubling. Come, let's hurry. I need to speak to someone. I need to meet a local Argonian, a bright throat named Zukas. He should be waiting at a hut we use as a gathering place. Maybe we'll find Dynia and Ashraf there too. Lots of old, collapsed buildings hereabouts. Murkmire Argonians believe that everything is temporary, you see, so they just let nature take its course. Makes our job a bit more difficult, but, oh, still fascinating. We use this hut as a gathering place of sorts. For now, I suppose. Nothing lasts forever out here in the marsh. If Ashraf or Dynia got into trouble, they'd definitely come here. Maybe they were here and left something behind? Ashraf's journal and another stone. Oh, this doesn't look good at all. Wait. Zukas, is that you?
Sun's blessings, friend Famia. I hope you did not wait too long. Greetings, Biko, and welcome to Murkmire. My name is Zukas. I am wondering, who are you? Forgive the rushed introduction. I find that trading names and intentions makes for calmer waters. We understand each other, I think. Then this Vaka stone belongs to you, I think. Friend Famia never tires of poking around in the old hard nests. I do not know why, but very few dryskin habits make sense to me. The Zonmirs are very dangerous. Do you have a guide? Ha, no. Truthfully, there is nothing in the Zonmirs that interests me. I hope you have a good reason for taking this journey. I should point out that simple greed is not a good reason. Ah, this does not surprise me. I hope you will not let her come to harm. Famia is a worthy friend. She honestly tries to do right by the Saxhleel, but her persistence, it often gets her into trouble. I wish you luck in your expedition. That is a fair point, and I respect nothing more than honest dealing. As I said, my name is Zukas, Root Herald of the Brightthroat tribe. I protect the tribe's interest. Some hunt for Wamasu. I hunt for truth and fruitful relationships. You have not heard of us? Either you are very new, or I am dragging my tail as a representative. We are artisans, traders, and guides. Our Hist's roots stretch from Brightthroat village north of here to Lilmuth and the coast beyond. Yes, you might call it a tree. All Saxhleel serve a Hist. Their branches protect us, and their sap sustains us. If your path ever takes you to Brightthroat village, you will see. I promise you, Murkmire is much grander than the streets of Lilmuth. Ah, that is what we Argonians call ourselves here in Black Marsh. Saxhleel means people of the root in the swamp tongue. Trees, roots, you see? Ah, perhaps eager is a better word. Most people who visit Black Marsh believe we Saxhleel are uncultured children at best, or fish-brained savages at worst. Famia, however, appreciates our culture, in her way, sometimes too much. She risks her life to recover antiquities we do not want or need. Her dedication is touching, I guess. I keep telling her that we would rather have fresh slugs and sturdy tools, but no snake can slither backwards. She does what she does, so it goes. I would not say that. Some Zonmirs contain powerful relics or cursed antiquities. We can't have that sort of thing floating around. It takes some doing, but typically we can recover items like that without a fight. Then there is a fight. The Vaka stones? Sometimes. More often I bring maps, tools, and small gifts. Friend Famia brings me things as well. Stories about the items she seeks mostly. Hairfolk rumors too. Those are very fine gifts. I do not know this word, spy. A root herald cannot serve their tribe without gathering stories and rumors, but I would not drink from another Saxhleel's gourd when they were not looking. Famia tells only what she wishes to. Friends, you see.
I just need to take a moment to speak to Zukas about Ashraf and Dynia. Hopefully he knows something, or knows someone who does. In the meantime, why don't you head to the Zonmir? It's just east of here. I'll meet you there as soon as I can. Oh, I'll be fine. If anything threatens us, Zukas will take care of it. This business with Ashraf and Dynia has me worried. I'm hoping Zukas can find out if anyone's seen them. Oh, before you leave, could you give me those Vaka stones and the sword?
What business have you with the Root House people? Perhaps. It wouldn't be any business of yours if we did, would it? Unless... You seem to be a warrior of some worth. We may be able to come into an arrangement of sorts, if this box means so much to you. We ran into some blackguards on the way here. No casualties, but they did manage to nab my pack. Quite the embarrassment, truth be told. Infiltrate their caravan and retrieve my hunting bow, and I'll give you the box. The blackguard caravan is just north of here. Shouldn't be any issues. Just keep to the edges and stay alert. It belongs to my Uzith Biko, my bonding ritual partner. He is a fine specimen, so I had to make sure to steal something of great worth. The hunting bow you seek has been passed down through his tribe for generations. Of course, how else would I prove myself a worthy companion? That's why this theft stings so greatly. For the blackguards to steal that which I had already rightfully stolen? Such an embarrassment. So, you've returned. Have you the hunting bow? Very well. You have earned your prize. Though the box was damaged by the Hackwings, the branch within remains unscathed. I suspect a powerful magic protects it. Yes, it's most strange. Who would care so deeply for an old, burnt branch? I believe we have no further business. May your travels be swift, and your heart firmly rooted.
what's in that sack, Furface, or we'll take it from you forcefully.
It's not what you think. You don't want that. Please, just take Zezath's money.
You will distract me. Open the bag, or I'll start with your tail.
This is not what I paid for. There were bugs in my linens this morning. Bugs!
No, I need to get these calendar tablets back. Many apologies, traveler, but the Zinche Konu is not able to take visitors at this time. Did you not come to see the monument? The Zinche Konu is an ancient calendar. Each of its 12 tablets represent a month in the year's cycle. Unfortunately, all of these tablets were recently stolen. That's the sting. The thief left behind a book of riddles describing each tablet's location. However, I must admit that I am unfamiliar with much of Murkmire. It took me days to piece together the first tablet's location. I erect the spine of thanks. You'll find the first tablet in the belly of the Myrgaunt that lurks near the infamous Black Rose prison. Feel free to take the book of riddles to help in your search. It does me no good. Oh, the Zinche Konu is not merely a calendar. It is a powerful kuvaste, a catalyst of needed change. When seeds must grow, it gives us rain. When sprouts sink in mud, it brings the sun. As Jekawas, it is my duty to watch over the monument. That is one of its purposes, yes. It would take 100 tongues, 100 years to speak all of the Zinche Konu's secrets. It is one of the few remaining monuments from our days of stone nests. The Days of Stone Nests is one of the many terms used to describe the period of time when the Saxhleel created Zanmir, with the foolish notion that we could build that which time would not change. We have now learned better, of course. To mock me, I'm sure. After all, I lack both the knowledge and means to seek out the tablets myself. The sooner you aid me in this, the better. I would rather suffer 1,000 Mayonats than the disapproving gaze of Niswo Parazi. He who held the title of Jekawas before me. Now he is a Niswo, a priest of Sithis. It was Parazi who taught me all I know. I cannot let him know I failed him in such a way. I simply couldn't bear the shame.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, found deep within the swamp.
You again. Here to tell me the Shadow Scale's judgment, are you? Well, let me hear it. Negotiate? With that spineless Kuda? Fine. Besides, it's about time that someone put Nurhe in his place. There's no doubt that the Shadow Scale will agree with my claim. What's this? Smells like perfume. I'll do as the Shadow Scale asks, of course. Not stupid enough to go against her wishes. And I'll attend the meeting, too. Make no mistake. Good luck getting Nurhe to agree to come. He hasn't deigned to speak to me once since Kimaru died. Just uses Chiksu to relay messages. Oh, so you finally caught wind of the truth, did you? Nurhe's the whole reason I'm like this, you know. Gave me my first bottle of skooma free of charge. The bottles afterward, of course, were plenty costly. What do you know? Who are you to judge me? It was different before, you know. I had a life. I had a family. And now I have nothing. Nothing but a muddy scrap of land that might let me finally move on from this swamp pit. Shut up! Just go away! I won't hear another word of this! You're lucky there's a Shadow Scale involved, or I'd burn down that whole farm just to spite you all. Then no one would get anything. Is that what you want? Ugh! Just go away!
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, found deep within the swamp. My esteemed Biko, I'm sure you come with good tidings. After all, my claim is as strong as the roots of the Hist. What? Rub oil into my scales, whatever for? Negotiate? Is the matter not settled? All right. I'm not foolish enough to go against the Shadow Scale's command. Besides, my words are sure to sway all present. I'll make sure to attend the negotiation. You needn't trouble yourself further. Oh, not surprising. We wrote a lot of letters to each other. Pahesa would often conduct business on behalf of her egg-sister. Just what do you think you're implying? You listen to me, Mudfish, and you listen well. My business is all above board, and I do not give one lick of a toad's backside what you think you found. Now go jump on the bog.
Though the Saxhleel generally choose to live in tribes based around a history, Lilmoth is a merchant.
Even with all of the Ebonheart Pact gathered, a spy managed to slip through and...
Thank you both for agreeing to this negotiation.
Of course. Far be it from me to deny the wisdom of a Shadow Scale.
Oh, please. Let's just get this over with.
Before we begin negotiations, I want the two of you to shake hands, amicably, to show your good intentions in coming here.
What happened? What did you do?
What was asked of me, I resolved their dispute. I entrust the farm to you, Chuksu. You do best to not disappoint me.
By the hist, did you see that? They just touched and exploded. I suppose I can't be too surprised. I was the one who suggested we go to a shadow scale in the first place, though this is not the resolution I had in mind.
And so, the farm now belongs to one who is worthy of it. I'd much rather pass such judgment with my own hands, of course. But at my age, this is the best I can manage. I saw the needed resolution and acted accordingly, that is all. My rulings are always just, though not always pleasant. I thank you for your aid in the matter. Here, a reward is only fitting. In the name of Sithis, I have brought about the needed change. That which hindered has been removed. That which must be, shall be. May the Dread Father guide your blade.
I think I have to lie down for a moment. And after that, it's off to get the farm back in order. Let's just hope I can honor Kimaru's dedication. Elsewise, well, I don't want to think about the elsewise.
Your steps show determination, and your eyes curiosity. Tell me what you seek, Pico. Ah, yes. I carved this many seasons ago. I hoped it would convince my beloved Kudnakal to join me for our tribe's next bonding ritual, but I lost the totem before it could be presented. Of course, this was when I was still a female. The Hist, in all its endless gifts, allows us to change many aspects of ourselves. Our gender is but one.
I highly recommend such a change should you ever get the chance. If we had spoken a week ago, it would have been so. But as fate would have it, Kudnakal has recently undergone a change herself. Thank you for bringing me this letter and totem. They should make fine gifts for my beloved. I will present these gifts to Kudnakal when the next bonding ritual is announced. I simply must tweak my poem, perhaps refine my carving, and all shall be ready. The ceremony bonds those who have chosen to lay an egg together. Many dry skins compare it to a wedding. This is not entirely accurate, of course. While there is always respect between the bonded pair, romantic feelings are not strictly necessary. I had every intention to. Days I devoted to carving, to writing just the right words. I worked outside the village, not wanting Kudnakal to see my gift before it was finished. And then, a bog bloat invaded my camp. Exactly so. I had no time to carve another totem before the ceremony, and so the opportunity was lost. But thanks to your kindness, I have been given yet another chance. I erect the spine of gratitude to you, Biko, as do my future hatchlings. Each tribe has their own traditions, but there are commonalities. A tree minder performs the ceremony before the hist. The bonded pair are blessed with good health and vibrant fertility. And then commences the bonding, as it were. This varies. Sometimes the decision is based on an emotional connection, other times merely a physical attraction. Some tribes even use such ceremonies to strengthen their political connections. Take the Brightthroats, for example. Oh, well, I simply believe we would have very becoming hatchlings. That is all.
Speak, hear the hist, speak, hear the hist speaking.